Welcome all you crazy people and beyond, because get out your streamers, get out the poppers, get out the cake, because this is, and wait for it, drum roll please, the 100th Care Bear review! I know, I can't believe it myself. All you guys have been awesome. I've been getting your tweets, I've been getting your Instagrams. It has been amazing, and what a ride it has been. And here's to another beautiful year of the Care Bear review. I am so excited to start off like this with 100 episodes of the Care Bear review. You have no idea how much this means to me, and what a extravagant way to start off of the 100th episode with Spider-Man 2. That's right, in case you were wondering why I was doing this at the end of last week's episode. But yes, we are back with Spider-Man, and I cannot wait for this. This was actually a really great movie, so much better than the first one, so much better than, I don't even know. But it definitely wasn't better than the Avengers, I'll give you that. Avengers is it's a league of its own. But yes, the Gwen Stacy storyline, for those who don't know. It was one of the most well-known and emotional ones to date. It's personally one of my favorite stories. I actually have the whole entire series right here. Um, and the universe that I was in. It was actually the first comic I actually ever read as a kid, and I fell in love with the Ultimate Spider-Man series, and not to mention Spider-Man actually slowly became my personal favorite superhero of mine. The reason why I fell in love with it was because it was basically, a kid that that was picked on, that was bullied throughout his years in high school, and then he becomes his own superhero. Basically, he becomes his own savior, if you will. He becomes somebody to look up to for kids, or around the world, which what I loved about it. And the thing is that it was actually considering it was one of the first comics I ever read, it was actually the first time that I actually saw death in a comic book that actually hit a lot of people differently. And that's where, like, when I first started having debates about people, like, shouldn't have been done. I can't believe they did that. Why should they do that? Do you think this was the right way, the right call to do this? I fell in love with it, and I know everybody else did as well. And I could not have been more happy to see the way that they went with this storyline, because there was actually there was a couple problems with it. I'm gonna be honest about it. There was a couple problems. The thing is that, spoiler alert, if you've read the comics, Gwen Stacy dies. We all know this. We've all seen it in the comic. The way that they did it was excellent, because she was wearing the exact same outfit. She died pretty much the same way. It was brutal in the movie. Everyone was emotional about it. Everyone gasped in the theater when that happened. Unlike me, who started to cheer, because it was one of the most pivotal moments in comic book history. If you look it up, it is one of the most well-known stories to ever be in a comic. Next to Superman's death, next to I can't even name them, because there's just too many of them, and I only have such little time to do this. But yeah, it was actually really interesting to see that they did it that way. And the problem goes from that was basically they did Electro a different way. They made him like in a blue electrical suit, which was really weird. It wasn't weird. Yes, it was interesting. It was interesting the way that he was done in the comic, from the comic, because we've all if you know this, if you know the villain, he has like this like weird electrical yellow helmet, but they made him a different color and a different sort of person, which it was fine. It actually worked out really well. I was actually okay with it. Now, they did bring back Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone as Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. Um, they actually introduced a lot of characters into this one. It was actually really cool, because there was one character that doesn't have a last name, because I feel like it would give it away, but They did show, other than Electro, there were other villains. There was, you did see Rhino, and you did get a glimpse of the Sinister Six movie, which is what they're going to do, and they gave, a new up and coming actor, Dane DeHaan, the Green Goblin Harry Osborn arc, which I found very interesting because I was shocked. Now, when I first saw the trailer, I was shocked that this kid was not going to do well at all. Now, I've seen him in Lawless. I've seen him, in Chronicle. He was spectacular in Chronicle. You know, he pulled off the crazy nut job well. He actually is an amazing actor, and he pulled off Harry Osborn off with a T. Like, he nailed it. He does, he looks the part. That's what I said from the beginning. He looks the part, but I didn't think he would be able to act the part. And he actually pulled it off. The problem with it is that the Green Goblin was done completely different than we all thought. We all seen the Green Goblin, and that was not the Green Goblin. It was like this, like, weird, fucked up, excuse language here, some fucked up, like, mutation, which is actually what it is. If you go through, if you look at it realistically, but like, if I personally saw the Green Goblin, that's probably what he would look like if it was a, mutation, which was fine. But they also, like I said, they also brought in Paul Giamatti to play, Alexei Savelich. Can't even say his name because it's like really straight. It's really Russian. But if you do know the name, he actually plays Rhino, like I said before. They brought him in, which is actually weird because he only has 2 scenes in the movie. It's actually interesting, you know, and kind of, full circle where they start with him and they end with him, which it was very cool. They also brought in, B.J. Novak. If you don't know, he's from The Office. They brought him as Alistair Smythe. Look it up, you know the character, if you're a fan. And they brought in, Felicity Jones. I don't know. To me, I believe she was in Like Crazy and, Hysteria. Nothing really, like, well known to most of us except for probably Like Crazy. But she was in the Diary of Anne Frank, the miniseries. But she plays Felicia. Now, if you know the Spider-Man series, you know that Felicia Hardy is, Black Cat. Now, we don't know the last name of this character, but we're thinking she did have lines, she did have multiple scenes, and me and my friends were discussing this. We think that she may have something on throughout the series for the rest of the 2 movies and possibly the Sinister Six, because the Sinister Six will include, all the villains and, you know, some other. I'm sure Spider-Man will be in it as well, probably. I don't know how they're pulling this off because there's not really much talk on, the Sinister Six movie right now. It was just released because you physically see, uh, the suits behind them. That you see Doc Ock, you see Vulture, you already know about Electro, you know, and they actually mentioned it in the movie. Actually, Green Goblin says to Electro, there's gonna be like a uh, multiple sort of. I'm putting it. Basically, it was an Avengers moment where he said, "I'm gonna, you know, do this for a team. I'm gonna get a team together." Look, the thing is, it's Spider-Man. Go see it. I'm telling you right now, I'm definitely going to recommend it. It was way better than you expect. It's way better than the first one. It reveals so much and yet doesn't reveal, so little. But I will definitely say check this out. You're definitely going to want to see this movie. Spider-Man is one of the better heroes out there. I will say go check this out. What to do on our 100th day, on our 100th episode. To be honest, I can not think of a better movie to do than Spider-Man, and I think I was right. It actually ended up on a recommending, so why not just end it there? I don't have party supplies, but I wish I did, but I'm going to go party with my friends and celebrate this 100th episode. I hope you guys still keep on watching, and make sure you guys like, subscribe to my channel as well, and stay tuned for next time because we're going to go see a fight with Zac Efron and Seth Rogen, so stay tuned.